So Jen, what did you think about that?
I actually thought that that was great. I thoroughly enjoyed the video that Hornby put together from the footage that we filmed and sent over. And I'm really glad that this layout went down well with people. So hopefully we're going to see this layout again in action somewhere, showing off some of the Hornby products. But on top there is a cake smiling at me. Really, really want a slice of cake. But I'm waiting for it to be picked up to be shipped off to Margate. So
Well, maybe I'll get you a replacement cake, or maybe I'll bake you a replacement cake so you can have some cake and eat it too.
We have an apple tree in the garden.
That's true.
It's crumble time,
You're so excited by the idea of crumble that you can't even speak.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It suddenly encrypted my mouth. I'll have to pay ransomware to get that back. I think the apples on the cooking apple tree are actually nearly ready. We should probably pick them. I think it's time for a crumble.
Wow, you're so red.
Emma? Yeah.
The camera hasn't adjusted to you, so it's like red. Now it's orange. You're kind of coming into normal. Yep, there it's got you. Ah, Jenny the chameleon. She changes colour.
Yeah, I'm like one of those global hypercolour t-shirts from the 90s that everybody thought, yeah, that's really cool. And actually, all it did was highlight your sweat stains.
My project is going to be the bottom of these kitchen cupboards. It's been a while since we moved in. In fact, it's almost 10 years, isn't it, Jen?
Yes, it'll be 10 years next year.
My goodness. So it's been something that's been bugging me for quite a while. The cupboards are old. They were put in when this extension on the house was built, we think.
18 years old, we reckon. 2002.
We think it's about that old. So I want to basically make it a little bit more like our own. And the way I'm going to do that is very simple. Got some little mug hooks. We're going to put some hooks on the bottom of these cupboards, and then I can put up some of my nice mugs and make it a little bit more decorative, you know? So let's get on with that.
Just drill the screw in, then back out, and that gives us not only a pilot hole, but it's already threaded because it's got the thread from the screw. So
Oh, your little catty is falling off.
I knocked my cat ears.
Oh.
Just make sure we're not going all the way through.
Well, you won't be.
Yes, we're not making that mistake again.
Thanks for helping with that, Jen. It might not look much at the moment, but in a minute when I put some nice mugs on, just makes a nice little extra bit of mugs that we use every day, and I thought they'd come out of the cupboard. So it just adds a little bit extra to the thing. I just like it. It's just one of those things.
Will you be wanting anesthetic?
You loved that part in that show, didn't you?
Oh yeah, it allowed me to ham it up.
So what do you think about this extra thing? I know you're not convinced that it makes much of a difference, but to me it does.
Yeah, actually it looks alright, something a bit different. So yeah.
And it makes the mugs that we use a lot easier to get without taking up space in the cupboard.
Yeah, well I didn't think those are ones you're going to use a lot. They're kind of...
Well,
like
maybe we will, maybe we won't. So I mentioned yesterday that I had this funny little Sharp Memo Master Alarm 600. We're going to use it as part of a prop, basically, for a portable device to allow characters in a show to travel between universes. But before I do that, I want to show you what it's actually like and how you use it, because these things, they've basically been taken over by smartphones now, so they're a bit like a relic of the past, and it might be interesting to have a look. So here it is, the Sharp Memo Master Alarm 600. And I've put the batteries in that I needed, one for memory battery backup and the other for actually using the thing. So if I turn it on, it asks me for an anniversary date. So it's been looking at my stuff that's in almost next year, I think that is. Yeah, almost next year, let's have a party. Christmas, that's apparently got an alarm on it. I haven't used this for over like 15 years. I think I used it at university, and that's about as far back as we go. So what I've got here is TLO NTM, The Life of Knob T Mouse, the comic that I still actually make. And this demonstrates properly one of the functions that I really like on my phone. It allows me to put notes in. This doesn't. So what I actually used to do is set alarms and anniversaries. So for this one, Life of Naughty Mouse, someone swallows a loud hailer. That was an idea for a comic. A bit of a weird one, but because I didn't have a note function on here, I just set it as an anniversary in there. And apparently I had another exam at 6 p.m. on the 30th of July. Wow. So that was probably one of my... that would have been a university thing. So what else we got? We got a clock, and I have actually got it set to the correct time. My goodness, it is midnight. I'm filming this late. I can set a schedule for things. What's in here? Personal. My tutor group. 1DM to... I have no idea what that is. Something... This is all stuff from when I was at university. That's the last time I tried it. I used it. Calculator. Let's make sure that it works. 2. Where's the plus? Plus 2 equals 4. Yes, it works. It's correct. Nothing's in the correct place. Oh my goodness, everything is just like... Trying to find anything on this is difficult. You'd expect it to have like functions like a standard calculator, but they don't. Everything's in a weird, pleasant position. So let's leave that to that. So here's the business thing, which is actually just a phone number set. It's like your file of facts. They're expecting this to be used by executives rather than normal people, I think. So business actually has your business Rolodex, and I put some numbers in there for people I haven't met since I was at school. That's how far back this goes. So it's a bit weird. So all in all, it's a nice little device, and every single function that's on this is now replicated in your phone. But look at the thickness of it. It's really thin. It's about as thick as this keyboard for the Mac. So it fit into a jacket pocket in your suit. It would slide easily into a purse. So it would slide easily into a handbag. So actually, this was a very, very nice thing for when it came out. Everything on it, of course, is now in a phone, and like, look at the thickness. They're about comparable to an iPhone 6s Plus's thickness when it's got a case in it. So yeah, not a bad piece of kit for the 90s. And of course, I've not shown you any numbers or anything like that, or any people's personal details. I think you can understand why. So I think it'll make a very, very nice bit of kit, a little prop. I'll add bits to it and probably basically add an arm strap so it goes on your wrist or something like that. That's the kind of thing I'm trying to do for this. So it looks kind of cobbled together and low tech, and that's the idea. The green door, everything has been cobbled together by a person, an inventor. So I think it'll fit quite well. But that's pretty much all I've got for you today. It's a bit of a short one because I spent the day working on Jen's stuff for her channel. So that's just how it is. I'll be back tomorrow where we've got something interesting planned. See you later. If you liked today's video, please consider supporting me on Patreon. And an extra special thanks goes out to Chief89 and Tepic. Thank you. Why are you wearing those cat ears, by the way?
Because it's an Alice band that keeps my hair back. The problem is that my collection of Alice bands have slowly died over the years. They kind of crack in the middle and break with all the flexing. So the only one I have left is a metal one that happens to have cat ears on. And that is why occasionally you see me up in the loft appearing to wear cat ears. It's not because I'm trying to be cute. I am. But actually it's the only Alice band I've got left.